Hey guys, just wanted to send out this video to kind of assist with this survey briefly, specifically regarding questions regarding options for our SALT, or really more like summit in place of the World Mission Summit this next year. I'm just off the cuff giving you a bunch of kind of like highlight details with each. I'll try to be as fair as I can. I'll probably miss some details. Talk to your local director. If you need more details, they have a few more if you're not one of them. But feel free to reach out to me with more questions if you need, but we are trying to get this survey sort of worked out soon. Now, when it comes to this next year, we're assessing what to do regarding this next SALT strategy or winter conference. Classically, or actually I should say, we were supposed to do the World Mission Summit in place of what we would classically do, which is SALT. Now, as you guys all know, I think it's been canceled. However, World Mission Summit or World Missions Department is trying to get all of the SALTs to basically treat their local SALTs as a summit-esque event. With us, we're so small compared to the larger narrative of Chi Alpha Nation. We are looking at possibly, as one option, going to another place that would have a kind of a larger summit-esque feel. Now, we could actually pull off our own. We could do our own. We do have money from World Mission Summit that's going to go with us, whatever we do. So we do have a little bit to kind of help, but basically we could do our own. It would be similar, where the other options would be more of a conference feel. Ours, as you guys would know from this last year, would feel more like a church camp-esque kind of feel. It allows us the benefit of being local. It allows us the benefit of being basically focused on really kind of our specific missionaries. So we can highlight, probably things like Russia, and actually on World Mission Summits or World Missions Department's dime, they would even help fly missionaries into the country for us. So whether like Costa Rica or places like Oman or places like Russia that we have friends at, potentially could have them come and be with us. It would be very focused on us. It would be smaller for sure, dramatically small, like kind of like maybe a little bit bigger than what we are used to experiencing. And I expect next year will be bigger just because you guys are kind of on a growth curve in this, many of you in the pioneering season. But we'll have something of that feel to it. Be very focused. Cost would be about the same as most of the options. Most of the options don't fundamentally change the cost except for travel considerations, but it'd be around $200. It'd be local. It would be over Martin Luther King weekend. Now, Texas, this is not Texas per se. There's a lot of states involved, but that area encompasses Louisiana, Arkansas, all of Texas, Mississippi, and Oklahoma, if I'm not missing anybody. And theirs is one of the bigger in the nation, even after this last year and things that have happened in South Texas and a little bit, North Texas certainly as well. But all of that, they still had 1,800 people. Eric Troll told me there wasn't any feel of like being dominated by the narrative of what was happening over there. However, we have had feedback around Colorado that said like, yeah, but we do have, sounds like some administrators, especially on maybe our smaller campuses, may be more aware of things going down with when you don't have as many campus ministries or student orgs. You're a little more attuned to what's happening with them. So just a question of like, is this going to open up the door to all kinds of conversations and questions that would come with maybe going to Dallas. It would be over Dallas. It would also be over New Year's. I forget right off the cuff, but I'm pretty sure it's like the 30th through the 1st. All of them are going to be the same length, basically 3 nights. But it'd be right over that New Year's window. It'll be in Dallas or in the Dallas general area. The third option is the Great Plains area. This one will be closer to 2,400 people. With us being there, they're just kind of like capping it with any other outside groups that might want to join in on this. But the summit experiences, it's going to give you kind of that big picture of Chi Alpha. It's going to give you like, hey, this is Chi Alpha Nation at a higher level. We'll have friends like the Blairs that will be there with South Dakota. People like that will be around, but it'll be in Minneapolis, which is not super close. The Dallas option is, I think, we're kind of the furthest, maybe in Fort Collins, Wyoming would be maybe the furthest, and we're right at, I think, around 12 hours there. We're also about 12 hours from Minneapolis, but we're actually closer than many other campuses. So it would extend a little bit. The starts on the 2nd of January, so it's also in the middle of winter break. Cost is only $100, but that's because they're not counting the cost of the hotel, which, however, they've said the hotels cost around $100 for 4 people a night, so it averages out around that, not quite $200 maybe if you do it right. That being said, there's of course more travel cost. However, we do have a fund from the World Missions Department that they're giving us some money to help subsidize things, and with Minnesota, Minneapolis at least, there's the possibility, no guarantees yet, possibility that we could actually get charter buses at a very discounted, if not free, rate and drive through. The benefit of Texas is you're driving south, and so you're not going to deal with, likely, I mean, you never know, of course, in January, but likely you're not going to deal with lots of significant prohibitive weather issues. Locally, no matter what the weather is, it may be somewhat prohibitive, even as we had this last year, but it's not going to be, something we can't work around or work with. Minneapolis should be fine, but you always have a little bit higher risk. You're going to be driving through Nebraska, South Dakota. We've talked with people about that time of year and travel, and it's like, yeah, you might hit some snow, but it's not going to be debilitating, or at least you shouldn't expect it to be debilitating for your travel expectations. So those are the options. Local, go down to Texas. You're gonna have a lot of with places like New Mexico and places, a lot of people that kind of have a lot of DNA kind of like ours, strong responsibility, missions emphasis, the biggest sending ministries in Chi Alpha history, all down there. So you got that ethos, big picture, all that. Or Minneapolis, maybe the biggest area in the country right now. A little bit more very professional, very well done, going to be at a high level, but avoids some of the maybe awkward conversations along the way. So try and get a feedback, try and get that relatively quickly. We also have the question of, for at least the men, this is just for the men, girls, you can sign off and kind of fill out that survey real quick if you like. I will say at the end of the day, this decision, just to say it, but the decision is going to have to be on mine. This is not like a vote and if there's one more person for this option and that option, that's what we're going to do. But I am looking for hey, is there a stronger feeling in the room? Because I want to do what's generally felt as a consensus, if there is one, to Chi Alpha around Colorado and Wyoming. I want to lean into that. But at the end of the day, I'll just have to kind of make a decision there. But I'm looking for your feedback in that. So just to know kind of how that works. Is this like a Democratic vote? 50% plus one? Not exactly, but I am looking for if there's a sense in the room of what is best for the majority of us around Colorado and Wyoming. For the men, we have always done the hunt. It's kind of like our optional staff guys activity for the year. The girls do something in the spring. Guys, just asking. I love the hunt personally. I love the hunt, but that's just me and that's who I am, and I know that that's not everybody. If there's a strong feeling in the room that we don't want to do that every year, I'm probably going to always push to do it every other year, probably, just because I think it does really do a lot for a lot of us, and it's really a cool thing. But I understand that's not everybody, and if there's a lot of feeling in the room that we need to do something else, also that's maybe less either outdoorsy or less just that hunter culture, I understand. And so I'm looking for feedback. Do people want to just do the hunt? Is there a general feeling in the room that like, hey, I would really like to do maybe every other year have like an alternate strategy of something less hunter-esque, and just looking for thoughts on. Don't just say I just don't want to do that. Tell me what I do want to do in place of that. Like help me, help you, right? That kind of thing. So if there's a general feeling like, yeah, we love the hunt, it's great, it's fine, then we'll keep going with it. But if there's a sense of like, actually there's a lot of people would rather like do something, would want to buy in. Now again, if you vote on this and then you're not bought into whatever happens, that's not really the heart of this. It's like, hey, we're looking for staff guys to do something that they feel like they can kind of buy into and want to. So looking for just some feedback, but want to hear that from you guys. So there's a lot of details right now. There's just a lot of details. I'm trying to do this summary as quick as I can. But if you have questions, reach out to me. We are looking for in the next couple of days to kind of nail some things down, because with the hunt especially, we have April 1st is the deadline for the draw. We need to start making some plans fairly soon. So if you have any questions, 970-690-2212. You can text me anytime with questions, but we will go from there. Thanks for your time, everybody.